Well, good afternoon. I'll stick to the microphone. Good afternoon. Today it is an open house for the Masters in Statistics, Masters of Science in Statistics and Data Science. That's what this is. And so I like to put up this graphic because it shows the growth of data science as we go. Whenever I started into statistics many years ago, I won't tell you because I won't tell you my age, but many years ago, I never dreamed that this would be the most popular thing when I started. That it is the most growing job market right now to this point. And I never dreamed that it would be this way. But it's become very popular, and we have enjoyed teaching it. So we have. So a couple of the highlights. Oops, sorry. And then we'll go through some of the highlights, and then I'm going to do some introduction to a couple of people. So it is 1 year. If you're going to do this full time, we consider this 1 year. It's a hybrid program. Some classes will give you an option to do this online. Most of them, it will actually be in person, is what the hybrid means. What we do differently than a lot of other data science is that we actually build on the statistics. So we actually have 3 parts to this course, to this program. One is the statistics, one is the programming language, and the other one is the machine learning. So all 3 part of those is what we focus on in this program. And then it also provides hands-on experience. We do in-class learning, we do in-class, in the classes, we do several projects. Most classes have a project component to it. Plus also at the end of the semester, at the end of the program year, capstone part is actually doing an internship. And so that is a requirement that you will have at the end of the program. Some other ones is that, again, you're going to be learning some more programming skills, maybe not all and broad of a lot of the software, programming software that we can do, but you will get a broader aspect to this. And we'll look at the statistical research and doing some machine learning. And then it does require some prerequisite of some mathematical, statistical, and programming languages, but not much. So if you don't know a whole lot, that's fine. We can get you there. And that is we have specifically dedicated professors in this program who are more than willing to help you out. And we also have some other graduate students who have many years in experience. And this is most cost-effective, most efficient and cost-effective professional degree. So this is a professional degree in the Houston area. That's what this is. And it is through the math department, so it is going to be a STEM designated degree program. So before we get into that, I'm going to do some introduction. My name is Kathy Poliak. I am the Associate Director for this program. Dr. Fu is the Director of this program, and I'll let you.
Thanks, Kathy. Hi, my name is Jiang Fu. I'm a professor of statistics. I have been the founding director of the master program in statistics and data science ever since 2017 when we started the program. I'm sorry I wear a mask because I just got cold, so I don't want to pass any germ to you guys. Don't worry about it. I'm not positive on COVID, so don't worry about that. Very often the first application when you send in come to me. I'll go through all the applications, and we certainly have good requirement, like a GPA for your bachelor degree has to be 3.0 plus, and your last couple of years GPA should be higher rather than lower. than the overall. And also, of course, you need to have a good background in terms of the natural science or engineering or social science, but you do need to have some quantitative background. Someone with a music degree or something without, major natural science or mathematics can be, issue to me. And on the application side, we do require the prerequisite, which is calculus 2, which means the multivariable calculus, and also linear algebra. Some students say, well, Dr. Fu, can I apply to the program without that? I said, no, unless you can prove, because when you apply in the spring semester, it will be too late to enroll for the course, right? So unless you can prove that you can do it well in the summer semester before you can start our program in the fall. So most of the cases, some students would like to take either the calculus 2 or the linear algebra in the summer. And to fulfill the requirement, I will ask you, if you do that, ask you to request a reference letter from your professor who's teaching you in the summer to send us a reference letter so that we know at least after the midterm exam, we know you have a good standing in the course. Otherwise, we cannot really take your application. Okay, so that's a good requirement. So in terms of the programs, we started back in 2017. This is a one-year program with 30 credits. And so most students can complete the program and graduate in August if you follow the enrollment and everything. But certainly we do allow local students to take part-time when they have a good planning of work and study. Some of them keep their full-time job, some keep the part-time job. They want to do a part-time study, that's fine, but no more than 2 years. So you have to finish the program in 2 years. Okay, so for the international student, you do have to follow the rule to get things done. So that means that we have 4 required courses in the fall semester. We have 4 courses, including 1 elective, 3 required in the spring semester. And we have summer 2 courses. One of them is a programming, technical course. One of them is so-called internship. Okay, and the internship, you do need to do some kind of practical work to do data analysis, either in local or somewhere close by, maybe Louisiana. So in special cases, some students went to Minnesota or even DC area to get the internship. For the internship, you need to do at least to work 3-4 weeks at least, 10 or 15 hours per week. Or if you prefer to do it longer, that's fine, or more intensive is okay. For the internship, to fulfill the requirement and to get your credit for the internship course, you do need to write a technical report and submit to me. Then either me or myself or Dr. Polyak will grade your technical report and give you a pass or fail. Okay, that will be the full requirement for the internship. So after that, of course, you will graduate. We recognize sometimes students have very special needs. Say, for example, some students work for the company as an internship in the summer, or even sometimes a local student may think they can work in the spring semester to start with, and then maybe gradually increase hours per week, get into the summer as well. That's fine with us, but certainly you do need to consult with me or Dr. Polyak so we can make a decision whether it will be appropriate for you to do that. It depends on the, the course load, depends on many other things. For international students, because this is an internship, if you prefer to work outside of campus with a company or something or institution, you do need a visa. So we do sponsor the so-called CPA. Okay, for international students, you will have the curriculum training visa, so you are allowed to work. And for the internship, I would say the general terms are like you have to work, in the intensive hours and per week, and you have to work 2 or 3 weeks at least. And so you do need to contact us, let us know what you do, and we certainly would like to, accommodate student needs. I say sometimes we definitely prefer to have data component in the internship work. Ideally, it will be a data science type of work. Sometimes maybe just like a different type of work. Certainly, we appreciate your effort, and sometimes we do need to think that you may need to have a better option. So we'll give you opinion to see whether will be appropriate for the internship. And some students say, well, if you have a full-time job or part-time job already, you want to keep that, then how about the internship? For the internship, if that's the case, I would say that if your work involves any data, then you're welcome to use the work data to write a report. So that means even if you work as a part-time, full-time job in a company or somewhere, so you can use the work project to serve as your internship data analysis project. Okay, so you don't have to find another one. Certainly, we need to know the details. Okay, so just let us know. We'll try our best to accommodate. Well, some other cases like an international student, they come to us and say they need to have some special extension because the work they do really appreciated by the companies, by the the employer. So the employer would like to keep working on that to continue the internship. If that's the case, because there are certain restrictions on the international student off-campus visa employment. So come to see me. In the past, I have tried my best to accommodate that to make some special arrangement. So you do need to let me know, especially for the international student, because if you don't have a legal employment authorization, that can be a trouble. Okay, so that's pretty much. And also in terms of student group, I can say that ever since we started the program, we had students either fresh graduates from bachelor degrees or someone who worked quite a number of years in the companies and come back. And we have students with very different background in terms of, math, computer science, engineering, social science, business, so economics, marketing, so many different kind of background. So I really appreciate that. It turned out that you will also appreciate your very diversified background. The first thing is, as a group, the advantage of studying here in the same program rather than you take courses online is that you can form a study group, you can talk to each other, help each other. And the diversified background of students really helps. Okay, because of that, so some students are good in terms of programming, some students are good in terms of the field knowledge if you work on like an economics or engineering problem. Because in the real world, you definitely need to take any kind of project your potential your boss will give you. So you cannot assume that I just prefer this specialization and not to touch probably in the other area. No, you don't do that. Okay. So that means that the student diversified background will help each other. And also most often the cases like in the elective course, we have case studies. We have students working as a group on some computational issues, engineering and economics, finance. So all kinds of data. Okay. So you do need to work together in a group, and that will help each other. Okay. And in terms of age, we also have very diversified students. We have like the fresh graduates like early 20s or even 20 or 19 dynamic, and up to like 60 years old. Okay, so some people are very much interesting. They want to come back to school after working for the major company like for 30, 40 years. They come back and say, I'm tired of administration. I want to come back to study data science and use my knowledge to do some interesting project again. So yes, that happened. We have at least 2 or 3 students in the past who are like 50, 60 years old. Okay, and in terms of degree, we have a lot of bachelor, master degrees, and we do have every single year seems to be someone with a PhD degree. Okay, so don't feel bad, don't feel shy, make friends and talk to each other, help each other. That's the way to be successful in your career. Okay, and in terms of the project for the internship, many of them found a good project in the companies off campus, but some others equivalently found some good project in the research organization like the medical center, even with faculties on campus here at UH. In that case, certainly you do not need a visa anymore for that student because they are working on campus. Okay, and if sometimes you feel really hard to find the project, our own faculties may supervise you to work on special project as well. Like people like me working on some research project, we can give part of the project to you. And I know quite a number of people who are doing research on campus. We can try to find, but you do need to let me know when you are admitted. So the first person you want to meet here will be me again after the admission, because I need to talk to each student to let you know that based on your preference in terms of the field and what elective course you are going to take, and in each special situation, whether you need to take a full-time or part-time, what are the courses. But certainly, because of the restriction of the courses of the program, we only take fall admission students. Okay, we do not have any spring semester admission. Okay, so all students will start in the fall, but some students may prefer to take a little bit longer to graduate in the, not in the summer, but in the fall, or some may even come back and graduate in the late spring. Okay, so I'll be here around, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm in charge of the admission, also talking to students, and we have a good team of faculties working together to help students to, and eventually, of course, the purpose of this program is trying to help you to develop your career in design. So we try our best to find you a job or to help you. Certainly, we need to work together. If you just say, I just lay back and up to the professor to find me a job, no way. Okay? So you need to work hard. Not only you need to work hard in terms of taking the courses, learn the statistical programming language and machine learning, modeling, but also you need to learn, especially for those students who are fresh graduates, you need to learn how to write your resumes and present yourself and do a good talk. Okay? But certainly we have trainings. Not only we have trainings for the resume part, but also we have trainings in terms of presenting in front of the audience in the classes. Okay, so let me just stop here. And if you have any questions, I'm going to help to answer the questions. I'll get back to Dr. Polia. Thank you.
Before we get go on, any questions so far? I know you have some. Maybe I'll answer them some more. Some other introductions is that we're going to, first is Callista Brown. Callista is our program manager. So when you see Dr. Fu, he's actually doing the admissions and he's going to get you in. But any of the paperwork or anything else that's required of the school, you get to see Callista. Or at least email her. Need to say anything more?
No.
That's
have a name and a face.
Yes, now you do. The other thing is We have a couple of people here that are actually as students. So Ashley Marquez is a student. You want to say a little something? Go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley. This is my second year in the data science program. So I did the program in 2 years, part-time because I worked full-time during the entire program. Then last summer I started an internship with the Texas teacher retirement, and I look at health data. And why I got that internship because of one of the projects I did in the linear models class. And that project, we presented it in class, and so I essentially did the same thing at my job interview, and that's how I was able to get the job, and also a recommendation from Dr. Poliak. And so I'm working there currently full-time, and I'm doing school part-time, and I graduate in the spring. And one of my advice, I guess I would say, if you do the program, is to definitely, what helped me is before I started the program was doing some free courses online on R and Python, and to be well prepared for the program. And yeah, that's about it.
And then one of the others is Basil. You want to say something?
Hello, my name is Basil Najar. This is my second semester in the degree. I started last fall. I'm a full-time student, so 4 classes in the fall and the spring. So I decided to pursue this just because I was working in the oil and gas industry and things weren't looking too good last year, so I decided to come back to school. It's something I've been thinking about for a while. Things seem to work out. I would highly recommend pursuing this degree if it's something you're interested in. It's very, very hands-on. So we talk about the statistics and machine learning. They teach you the theory and then immediately how to apply it. They do a really good job of helping you out in terms of finding an internship, as Dr. Fu mentioned, that's part of the program. Dr. Poliak sets up seminars on a weekly basis with people who are currently in the industry. So there's a lot of support out there for finding a good job after you graduate. Yeah, I mean, I would say if data science is something you're interested in, this is probably one of the better programs out there as far as the research I did before I came here, especially in the Houston area. It's the only one-year degree, I believe. So yeah, would highly recommend it.
Thank you. So of course we get the ones who like the program. No, it's all good. And most of the people, what happens is that through this program, it is true, we're going to be doing more applications based. Then we will show you some of the theory and show you some of the ways that it goes behind it, but also doing the applications. And that's what this program is more concentrated on. Some of the stuff Dr. Fu already touched on, so I'll go through this pretty quickly. It is going to be a math program. As such, we do require you to have some minimal requirements for mathematics. The 2 minimum requirements is Calculus 2 and linear algebra. So those are the requirements. Background in probability and statistics is not necessary, but helpful. I'll say that. In most undergraduate programs do require some sort of statistics, some basic statistics class. And then a proficiency in at least one of the main programming languages used in data analysis. What we will actually focus on is, in the program, we focus on 2 of the programming languages, which is R and Python. Those are the 2 main ones that we do. And then there's some others that we will be put onto the side. But those are the main ones. R is for statistics, and Python is the computer science. So we do both of those. So the requirement, and again, Dr. Fu touched on most of these. cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher in the last 60 hours of your undergraduate or whatever that you worked on. Competency in math, including the prerequisites that we talked about. Letters of recommendation from 3 individuals, including one, preferably at least one as a faculty member. English proficiency scores where applicable, where needed. And then a resume and a personal statement to upload. So those are some of that. Now, coursework. Dr. Fu talked about some of the coursework. These are there's 8 core classes, 24 total that are required. And like you see, there's some statistics that we're going to be doing. And then the programming foundation is mainly centered for Python. That's what the programming foundation is. And then you'll get into the deep learning and artificial neural networks for the spring, data visualization. And then also in the spring, or in the fall if you're going to take this for part-time, you get an elective. And right now, these are the current offerings that we have, or hopefully biomedical data, some sort of elective in that, elective in case studies, an elective in financial and commodity markets, or spatial statistics. So those are our electives right now that we are currently looking at, and in any field that you want to do. Then the last thing that I want to talk about is that we do have internships, or we require an internship. Do we have to go? We have to go.
The building fire alarm has been activated. All occupants walk to the nearest available exit.
Okay, we have to go. Hopefully we'll be back, so hold on to that. That's right. I did.
I hope that you still have to hopefully we can come back.
Walk to the nearest available exit and evacuate the building. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest available exit.
Sorry guys online. We'll be back to this as soon as we can.
Oh, yeah, for the, I know that some students may take like not actually taken the linear algebra per se or calculus 2 per se, some like advanced math course, some like engineering math. So if you do have that kind of component, you think that will be a requirement, let me know. Send me the syllabus of that course, and we'll make a decision based on that. Okay, don't assume whatever you send in, that can be taken care of for the prerequisite. Especially some students, I know some students from another country, they have their math course, math 1, math 2, math 3, all the way math 6. I don't really know, what specific courses they're talking about. And I can already judge that. I have to say, well, show your credit on the linear, show your credit on. So then you have to, send me the syllabus. I have to make a, assessment. So that takes longer time. So if you do that, better help me, what courses I've taken, what are the courses equivalent to whatever, and I will need to look at, the syllabus. Okay, make it easier.
We have this specific tell you guys, or I don't
No, but like a UH, with this course with title linear algebra, so we know it's linear algebra. Okay, good, because it's a UH. But if in your university, so you got university, if you say math 1, math 2, math 3, I have no idea, right? That can be issue. Or it's engineering math, like in UH, engineering math. So if you tell me specifically which course, then I can probably check to see whether the content we need is covered.
Yeah. And also, talking about the limited number of people that get enrolled into this classes, the reason why we do this is because we desire to have a cohort, is the reason why we do this. So that everybody in the program is working together and being able to work with each other and do that. So that's our desire, is to be able to be as a cohort. And that's, as the professors, we are able to work with the students and be able to work with all the students and stuff, instead of having hundreds of people in the program. So that's what makes this also a specialized kind of program. So yeah, if you have decided, you should apply as soon as possible. And as long as your application is fully in, we can make a decision. It has to be a completed application in order to make the decision. Okay. Well, thank you. And for those who are online, you can, I have this recorded, even the sirens, but I have it recorded, so you can feel free to go back and go through it. And hopefully we'll link this recording onto our website. That's the plan. So if you want to.
Great.
Okay. Thank you.